Welcome back to London Lens TV. I'm very, very, very excited to have my good friend Jenny Wu. Thank you so much for doing it. So welcome to London Lens TV.
Oh, thank you so much. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be here.
Thank you. So Jenny, you're back at Rebellion. It's Rebellion 2024. When was the last time you were here?
So actually, I attended as a guest 2 years ago, and then previous to that, it was in 2019, the last time I played. So it's been a while.
It's been a while. You've had a baby since?
Yes, indeed.
And were you married before that? Did you get married in between?
I got married in 2022, the same day I got pregnant. Weird how that works. So
congratulations.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Doing life changes, and now I'm back and I'm doing what I love still. So.
And so how has your life changed since becoming a mum?
Well, I will say that when you become a mom, your brain literally splits in two, and you have this hyper awareness of everything that is going on around your child, and then also this general brain fog for everything else. And so, you know, you're busier than you could ever possibly imagine, and yet also bored. So let's be honest. So it's a really weird reality. There is this unconditional love that flourishes inside the soul, as well as a deep frustration sometimes. I'm just trying to change the narrative of mom life, because I think that there's like a lot of really unhealthy standards out there, and I just want to say that you are busy, you are tired, it is stressful, but it is also a really lovely thing to be away from your child sometimes and recuperate. So
100%, you have to nourish your soul, because if you can't nourish yourself, then you can't nourish your child.
Exactly.
And you know, not to talk about myself too much, but when I decided to become a singer, my daughter was 6 months old.
Oh.
Yeah, and I went through shit. The amount of people that told me that I was selfish, I should be at home looking after my child, and I was like, well, she's got a dad too, you know, right?
Yeah, oh no, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's a lot of the labor of love that falls on women's shoulders, and I think that we have to change this in society, because we all deserve to rise and thrive.
Absolutely. So we've got Menace playing in the background, so thanks to Menace.
Yeah, thanks for the soundtrack.
Exactly. I don't know if we might get copyrighted, so we'll see. I might have to put it out in chunks. Even though you've had a baby and you're super busy, you've just put out a new album as well.
Yes.
How did that come to? Is that a solo? Is that video?
So I actually have multiple different projects happening right now. So I have my solo project, which is mostly still acoustic oi, and then I have a 77 influence punk band, The Choices. We're also playing at Rebellion, and then I also started a new ska orchestra in Canada.
Yeah.
So for the solo album that came out with Jenny Wu project, I have to say I wrote and recorded all those songs before I gave birth. It was like a pre-birth plan to just kind of get it all together, and the same thing with the Choices album. Like I was in the studio super pregnant and just trying to get it all done, because I wanted in my heart of hearts to take a few months off and just like focus exclusively on my family. So I premeditated everything, and then with the ska band we're working on the album right now. So yeah.
Just goes to show that everything's possible.
Yes.
And anything's possible. You just have to think about it, plan it, make the decision, plan it, get it done. Yeah, brilliant. Deadlines are always great.
Oh, deadlines are always great, as well as just knowing that you're going to have a big chunk of time focusing on other things, so you just have to compartmentalize and push through.
Yeah. So we were talking, you, me and Millie Manders were talking yesterday, and we were talking earlier today about women on stage. There have been a lot of different genders on stage this year already. It's only Friday afternoon, the second day of Rebellion, and there have already been more than one gender on stage, which is great. How do you think that's changed over the years? How have you seen it change for yourself and just around you?
Well, I think, Carrie, it's fair to say that we come from the same sort of generation of punk, so we've been through a lot of the different eras, and it is just incredible to see how much more inclusive and interesting the punk community has become, as well as the community on stage. I personally think that there is a lot more to be done, and I think that it is wonderful to have a variety of genders and voices and people on stage, but we also need to ask for more visibility in terms of time slots and stages. It is just time and so overdue that we embrace the future and we embrace the present reality. And I think that punk music in particular is a gateway to a universe of truth and also of authenticity. And if we do not welcome people into being themselves, then we no longer exist as our own genre.
Wow, thank you. I love that. That was amazing. Jenny for president. Right, so what's coming up next? Your band choices are playing tomorrow, so
Yes.
that's the Saturday at Rebellion. I don't know when I'm going to put this out. We'll see. And what else is coming up for you? Because you live in Canada now, right? You're back in Canada. You're over in Europe. Have you got any tours going on? Or?
Yeah, so I'm currently on tour with my band, The Choices. So we finished a bunch of French dates, and we're coming over. We did a few dates in the UK. Then we're doing Germany, Belgium when we get back. And then starting in September, I have like a few festivals just with the solo project. And then a few ska festivals with my ska band. And so, you know, we just kind of try to keep sort of pushing it all together and somehow manage mom life and work.
Absolutely. Brilliant. Well, best of luck with it all. I'm sure it's going to be amazing.
Thank you. And if I may mention one other thing, we are currently recording a new album with The Choices, so we do hope to get that out. And as I mentioned earlier in the interview, we're recording a new album with my ska band, the Divetones, which hopefully will be out in 2025 as well.
So look out for that, people. Once you've got it all out, we'll put the links in the description for everything.
Awesome.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yay.
So yeah, you can find. We'll talk about this after. I'll show you. I'll tell you where to find Jenny in the description. So I always do this quick fire round. So, favorite ever gig as an audience member?
Favorite ever gig as an audience member? Oh my gosh, this is a massive question. Fire round. Okay. Billy Bragg. I saw him when I traveled to Ireland for the first time, and I was in a really toxic and strange relationship, and we were traveling together, and it was just one of those really low emotional moments in the journey of life, and saw that Billy Bragg was playing in Dublin, and Back to Basics was one of my favorite childhood albums. I went to the gig, which was in an old theater, and I sat down in the chair and I heard him sing all of the songs that I grew up with, and it was just the warmest veil of comfort and security that I possibly could have imagined, and it kind of gave me the strength to get out of the situation I was in.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. That's very emotional. Favorite ever gig as on stage as an artist?
Okay, favorite ever gig on stage as an artist. Carrie, tough questions. So,
I say it's a quick fire round. It never is.
It never really is. So I recently played a festival in Montreal called the Pouza Festival, and the festival's specific mandate is to include women and people of color. And in this festival, it was incredible, just the catalytic conversations that happened in the backstage about, you know, things that are very uncomfortable for white audiences and white artists, such as white mediocrity and having to work so hard to get a fraction of what other people get just on the axis of identity. And I played this festival alongside so many people that I love and respect. And when I looked out into the crowd for the very first time in my life, I saw more people who looked like me than didn't. And just resonating with people who truly understand where I come from, and seeing so many bands on the stage that gave me hope and filled my heart with optimism. It was like being so hungry and finally getting that first bite.
Wow, it's powerful stuff this. Thank you for sharing this stuff, man. Best up and coming band.
Best up and coming bands.
Or artist.
Well, I thought it was gonna be like, do you like ketchup or mustard? This was the line, like, okay. Thinking really hard. I would recommend to anybody to check out a band called Proper. They come from the United States. They are bringing a new element to punk and a lot of new voices. They are primarily a queer black band that is bringing African American identity back in the most sassy and stylish and provocative and beautiful way possible. And their lyrics are charming, hilarious, and truthful.
Proper. Check them out. I know that you went to see the Mesh yesterday. What was your first time I've seen them?
Yes.
The first time you've seen
Yes.
them? Yeah.
I love it. I mean, I'm sort of still like on the outside of the Yabo rock kind of thing with like, you know, the strong characters and like the, you know, I guess they're from Essex, like the Essex accent, and like, you know, it was reminiscent in a lot of ways of a lot of what's happening in Australia right now. So I thought that was really cool. The attitude with the guitar and the, I don't know, Take No Prisoners vibe, I just loved it. And I think they did a Prodigy cover.
They did,
which was really like off the hook, and I was like,
fellow Essexers.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, okay, all right, I loved it. And I think that attitude is everything.
Yeah, they were amazing. Okay, so you've told us what's coming up. You're recording 2 albums.
Yeah.
You're on tour with your band Choices and planning a tour with.
Well, I'm doing a tour also with the Jenny Wu stuff, as well.
And the name of your ska band, sorry?
The Divetones. We would love to tour, but you know, it's also hard. We are 8-person minimum band, so there's a lot of logistics, but if anybody's interested, we're around.
Absolutely. This is the thing about ska bands, isn't it?
Yeah.
There are 15 of us.
I know. The band chat is also incredible. It takes up a lot of my time.
I can imagine. Thank you so much for doing this.
Carrie, thank you so much for doing this and for giving artists just an opportunity to speak off the cuff about things that are really important. And if I can just mention one last thing in the interview, something that's really important to my heart is, as we mentioned earlier in the interview, representation and visibility. So I have started a collective of female artists as well as music lovers, and we are currently running a campaign with the hashtag Where Are the Women, and this hashtag can be used to celebrate women on stage and to promote, you know, newer bands so that promoters can use this hashtag to search for new talent. And it can also be used in a shady way to call festivals out, because especially in the Oi scene there's still a disproportionate amount of festivals without any single non-binary or females on stage, and it's just time for that to change. So if you want to talk about this more, or if you are going through this yourself, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm super reactive. My Instagram is at JennyWooOi, and it would just be a pleasure to carry the discussion onward.
Absolutely. Thank you again. I love everything you do.
Thank you, Carrie.
Let's go and hang out.
Cheers!